sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and damnations. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering, and the save love is to lead them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. Dala Damvara Sepe Da No Para Sepe Ge Tarpa Dan Tam Je Jembe Barda Ju Para Seba Tam Je Je So Sepe Manam Ka Dan Yambe Sem Jen Tam Je Dewa Dan De Dongara Dan Jar Nyor De Lana Me Ba Yang Da Para Zob Sanjo Rumbo Je Do Para Sa Thus, under achieving enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the Mandalas Vayadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas and Dakinis and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and the likewise in the example of the Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embodied enlightenment and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path, I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to the Bodhicitta, and apply myself to complete the stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment reach. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all beings. May all sentient beings enjoy sentient beings boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and faith for mind to all Tathangatas in the 10 directions. Those who have already reached the Tathangata state, those who are reaching it at the present, and those Tathangata state to come. Through the power of Samantabhada's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest vividly in my mind. I prostrate to them, multiply in my body as many times as there are atoms of the earth. In each atom, I visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms, surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas. Thus, our space is filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great ocean of the excellent qualities. To all Buddhas, I make offering of arrows, pure flowers, flower garlands of music, honoring oils, manifesting light and fragrant incense. I make offering to them of fine garment and the perfume and the purple, for the high as moon meru and orange, the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and the most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith. And to all Buddhas, I prostrate to Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of the great Bodhisattvas Samantabhada. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and the 10 directions of the great Bodhisattvas and the Pakshika Buddhas. Those who have attained Aharaship, those who have entered the path of Aharash and all other beings. I recourse to all great protectors and the Buddhas to turn the highest way of Dharma, as the light dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions and leading them gradually to the enlightened states. I supplicate those Buddhas intending passing to Parinirvana to living long for as many eons as there are atoms of the earth, in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of our sentient beings, all these are dedicated. The ground is sprinkling with the scented water and strewn with the flowers. It is adorned with the Meru, the spring mountain, the 4 continents, and the sun and the moon. As a Buddha fair, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happinesses of Buddha fairs. To the lamas who possess the Tirikayas, I offer altar, inner, and sacred offerings with my body, worth, and all that is visible. Please grant me the supreme realization, enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. Om Guru Rina Mandala Punza Manga Samandra Savarana Samaye Ahom. I call refuge on the wing of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 worlds. You are the victor, Vajradara Vidwadro. I bow at the feet of Father and Jiti Songong. Continually I think of no one but you. Compassion and grant your blessing. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the true vehicles and the combination according to disposition and likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of clouds of the true words, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart. He has compassion for all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance and the prison of samsara as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the vachan of karma through the 60 branch of Haramana's speech. He wears the wisdom sword to cut the settling of suffering, to dispel the darkness of confusion. In all the Bodhisattva's form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplishing the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledge. Supplicated human gesture adorned by the 112 sons of Buddha to dispel of darkness of my ignorance. Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade. Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Wangeshoram, Om Wangeshoram, Om Wangeshoram, Om Wangeshoram. Om Wangeshoram, Om Wangeshoram, Om Wangeshoram, Om Wangeshoram. You who are the perfect youthful body, whose flame of wisdom blazes, and dispel the darkness of worldly ignorance, are posted before you and praise human gesture. Tange doje jaje reason rong yin je me do de je bong jong ba ser je lembo tavre jibek xia je jar be jab la zor wan de do jen chan jen de lo na ro mar ba me la chi je gambo ba ba mo zhe ba jar wan de gong Kaju lama nan la zor wan de ro men chi je yen je bo dan de som san je gen je ngo wo nye ran sem chi ge ngo song song ze za we lam me sha la zor wan de. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, Kapala.
Hi.
Good evening, Samduk.
Yes, no. So poor people really sleeping already gone. No one here.
We are here. We are here.
Yeah. She organized the teaching. She has a baby delivery 2 days ago.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
A boy or a girl? A boy or a girl, Rinpoche?
I really don't know.
How wonderful.
I didn't ask any. I don't know. Okay, so no, we have lots of dogs here. I know all you like dogs.
Yes, you can help them, Rinpoche. Please bless them.
Yeah. So please help them come down, Emila.
Yes, yeah, bring them over. You can save actually, Rinpoche. Bring one or two dogs from Mexico.
Don't let them get put on a chain, Temple, please. Don't let them get put on chains.
They are very free here and the can run everywhere.
Good.
Rinpoche, you are Manjushri, so while you're there, will you cut through their ignorance?
Yes, their dogs are free here. And some owner of dogs that bring dog here, just leave it here, and then they go vacation because someone take care of their dogs.
Well, it's good they get taken care of, but not good that the people abandon them. That's sad.
They're not bending, but there's some cannot take them with them, so they know this place is perfect place to live with the dolls.
Oh, money, definitely.
Okay, so now which verses we are actually?
I have no idea.
This teaching is yeah, it's after weeks, so I forget always.
I had 26 marked, but I'm not certain that's correct. Debbie,
I'll look it up too.
is that what you had too, Melissa?
I
Yeah.
think so. Thanks,
I
yeah.
think, yes, I believe so too.
Yeah, I can share, and then also the recording, Debbie, you can share them. And so 37 practice Bodhisattva. Now is we are verses 26. So it's now we are in the 6 paramita, 6 perfections. So we finished the generosity part. Now we are in the then verses 26 is ethical display. So without ethics, you can't accomplish your own well-being. So wanting to accomplish others is likable. Without ethics, we can accomplish your own well-being because we cannot bring our own happiness without ethics. So if we harm for other beings, then the causes of suffering, so they bring the suffering. That's why ethic, morality is here important is no harming for other beings. So that is for usually morality is more explained in the Vinayana teachings. And then generally for cover for just everyone, monastics, monks and the nuns, lay people, everyone is no harming for other beings. So Buddha first teaching is a basic teaching. So he said the teaching actually subsumed the 3 parts: no harming for other beings, compassion others, subdued our own mind. So this is a no harming for others through our body, speech, and mind. Then most important is intention. So today also we have talked a little bit discussion here. Someone asked questions. If don't want to harm someone, but no intention, someone get hurt, upset, angry, what are we going to do? So then, answer is if we don't have intentionally wanted to harm someone, then not create a negative karma. Then if someone has a good intention, wanted to help someone, but then due to that, someone upset up, someone get emotion or anger, due to that reason, not happy. So that kind of actually create a positive karma, because really person has good intention, want to help, but mistakenly or just that doesn't go very well to someone get hurt, but person has good intention, then that is a positive and negative who's strong. Comparing positive is more strong than negative, because intention, power over intention. So could it be that person has created virtuous deeds, no virtuous deeds, maybe that much, because have a good intention. Then sometimes we don't have a mind for just without thinking about get hurt somebody, someone upset. Then that is due to ignorance, no strong no virtuous deeds, but it's still no virtuous deeds. The intentionally harming for someone is then that is like called no virtuous deeds, causes of suffering. So that without it takes like we know harming for other intentionally, then we cannot accomplish your own well-being. We cannot get our own benefit, because we create a causes of suffering ourselves. So then we cannot accomplish any our benefit. So if we wanted to benefit our self or accomplish benefits, then we have to stop no harming for other beings. So then, therefore, without worldly aspirations, safeguard your ethical discipline. This is the practice of Bodhisattvas. So, without worldly aspirations, whatever we do something good, no any expectation, then that practice, virtuous deeds, is very powerful. That kind of practice is a causes of a Buddhahood. If we have something expectation to create generosity and helping for someone, and doing some good things, but also still less benefits, and that causes of happiness, but no causes of Buddhahood, no causes of enlightenment. So that's why if we really truly want to practice ethical discipline, therefore without worldly aspiration, safeguard your ethical discipline, then that's the practice of Bodhisattvas. Okay, that's verses 26. Then if you go to more detail, it's of course a lot. This verses 26 is like 10 non-virtuous deeds. So then 10 virtuous deeds, we talk about that. The basic teaching. The Mahayana talk about more intention. Vajrayana talk about more perception, dualistic, So can share the lot about more detail, but just main point is ethical discipline means no harming for others. So long as you have that, then you have good ethical discipline. Then you helping someone, benefit someone, no expectation, agenda yourself something. So that is more strong, powerfully benefit us because causes of Buddhahood. So then verses 27, to Bodhisattvas who want a world of virtue, those who harm are like a precious treasure. Therefore, towards all cultivate patience without hostility. This is the practice of Bodhisattvas. Bodhisattvas who want a world of virtue, so Bodhisattvas always looking to the virtuous deeds. They create all the time accumulation, merit, and benefit for others. So then those who harm are like a precious treasure. So who really going to practice the Dharma, then someone going to harm, enemy is become treasure. If no, we don't practice the Dharma, then enemy is enemy. So it's hurt us, harm for us. But we really practice the Dharma, looking Dharma, and want to practitioner. If you really truly want to practitioner, then enemy is treasure. So that's why those who are harm are like a precious treasure. That's we share many times already. Without this stranges, like someone create causes of suffering for us. Without that kind of beings, we cannot become a practitioner. So this kind of people help us realize these people actually liberating us. So who harm someone who harming for us, that kind of person is become treasure because they're liberating us. If long as we practice patience, if we don't practice patience, that there cannot be treasure. There are, then really maras too, because they're taking us to and the samsara, and they're taking us to harems. Because someone who harm us, we harming back to them and create due to that create causes of suffering, fighting each other, and then become more problem, killing each other. So the causes result is to go to the hell realm suffering. And then that's why this enemy can be treasure or can be really harmful and the negative beings. So that is dependent, right? If long as you can practice bodhicitta, you can practice patience, these enemies are treasure. We need that. And enemies liberating us. So that's why for the Bodhisattvas, practitioners, Buddha and sentient beings are equal. So one support is Buddha helping liberating, another support is enemies and stranger ones. They're helping us to practice this passion and create our love, compassion. So then these enemies are truly liberating us. So this is all depending individual situation, because practitioners, like more Dharma practitioners think our loved ones is actually become the obstacle for practice of Dharma. And the enemies is for causes of practice of Dharma, condition, condition, object of practice of Dharma. So then ordinary people, comparing ordinary people, of course, the loved ones, we temporarily be with them, happy, joy, sharing each other, great. And the enemy always, like humming, and due to that upset, anger. So that is just a normal, our, ordinary beings situation. But we are right now is talking about the 37 practice of Bodhisattva. 37 practice of Bodhisattva is not talking about the samsara situation. So this is talking about enlightenment and how do we get enlightenment. Then this who follow this path is called Bodhisattva. So then Bodhisattvas use these enemies for treasure, means like they use this enemy practicing object, passion, love, compassion. So they really have growing enlightening qualities. This beings really liberating for practitioners. So that's why these enemies are treasure, because harder to get practitioners, and especially Bodhisattvas, they don't have enemies. And then someone harm them, is they use that energy, so they are treasure to become enlightened. There's the Tibetan mostly older teachers, older like very old already, kind of in 70s, 80s. These many spiritual teachers have these treasures because of communists. So they use their energy and their practice become they are really high realizer, Bodhisattva practitioner. They use that energy. So they're actually communists liberated them, really help these practitioners. That's why, so who are on the Bodhisattva's path, enemy is treasure. They're liberating for us. Therefore, towards all cultivated patience. That's the reason we think. And anger causes suffering. Anger result is herons. We have to scare anger result also. Then also think, practice patience benefits. And then that also helps for beginners. Beginner always like using is like something, suffering, because it's like, oh, you anger, you harmful, you fight with your enemies, you go into lower ranks. Oh, I don't want to go lower ranks. Then the practice patience. So Bodhisattva is different than that. Therefore, towards all cultivated patience without hostility, this is the practice of Bodhisattva. Then we go to verses 28. Seeing even hearers and solitary realizers who accomplish only their own good. Staff put out a fire on the head. For the sake of all beings, make enthusiastic effort. The source of all good qualities. This is the practice of Bodhisattva. So this Bodhisattva practice is here we're talking about 6 paramitas. So this enthusiasm, number 4, actually, is important. Without this, we cannot accomplish anything. Without enthusiasm, without effort. So that's why this is a comparing. Right now, this verse is a comparing. Comparing is we are Bodhisattva and thinking about all mother sentient beings, not thinking about our own benefits. That means because this is a practice of Bodhisattva. So we are not thinking about our own benefits, then comparing to seeing even hearers and solitary realizers, Hinayana practitioners. So who accomplish only their own good, they're looking only their own benefit. These beings called self-liberation. They're looking self-liberation. Bodhisattvas are not looking self-liberation. So no, we are Bodhisattva because we are practicing, study, cultivating, meditating this 37 practice of Bodhisattva. So our goal is not our own self-liberation. Our goal is helping benefit all mother sentient beings. So these self-liberations also put so hard effort to practice Dharma. The goal is very small, but they put so much effort. The effort is like, see this example, strive to put out a fire on the head. For this, they get fire in the head, they don't have time to throw fire because wanting liberation, meditate and practice. So they don't have time to cook the food, you know, they don't have time to go to grocery, and they don't have time to, you know, doing laundries, clean the house, phone calls, you know, send text message to others, no time for them. Because they're only seeking liberation, put effort, yeah? So then strive to put out a fire on the head for the sake of, so that does like that kind of, you know, effort. But we are Bodhisattva, then we have a more responsible than these hearers and solitary realizers. Hearers and solitary realizers, the goal is only their own liberation. So our goal is all mother sentient beings. Then these people put too much effort, no time to do any samsaric things. And we are Bodhisattva, we have to put more effort than these beings. These beings means hearers and solitary realizers. Solitary realizers, you know, they put so much effort, we have a more responsible. That's kind of, we have to put more effort than these solitary realizers. Because we seek of all beings, make enthusiastic effort. Then this is a joyful effort. The joyful effort is practice the 6 parameters. We must have to have effort, joyful effort, enthusiasm, not for samsara enthusiasm. So samsaric beings have enthusiasm for the samsaric activities, worldly activities. No, here, this is a spiritual, so enthusiasm means we must have to have a spiritual enthusiasm. We must have to have a joyful effort, wanting to do. So then that's the source of all good qualities. Bodhicitta is all source of good qualities. This is the practice of Bodhisattva. Bodhisattvas put effort, more than these solitary realizers. So they have to put more effort because Bodhisattva's job and the goal is 1,000 times more than them. Then this joyful effort is very similar also practice patience too. Practice patience and joyful effort also we effort never giving up, you know. Whatever difficult hardship go through, never giving up and push effort. So enthusiasm, this one is I mean the joyful effort is more strongly practice patience. Practice patience is all you know, subdued anger and more relaxed, calm down. This one has more effort. Joyful practice is this way have to put more effort. So that's the Buddhist perfect of this is the practice of Bodhisattvas. Then verses 29. This is the meditation. So this all comparing many things together. Understanding that disturbing emotions are destroyed by special insight with the common abiding. Cultivate a concentration which surpasses the 4 formless absorptions. This is the practice of Bodhisattvas. So today here a little bit noisy going on. Can you hear? Some, you know, farmers, they're
Yes, I
heard the, you know, farms.
thought it was a woodpecker or a bird.
No, it's the farmers working in the farms.
Good.
Yeah. No, actually, this place is more quiet, peace, and nature. But today, something going on here too. Everything's impermanent. So have to practice patience too. These people giving us practice patience. Then verses 29, understanding disturbing emotions are destroyed by special insight with a common abiding. So meditation destroying our emotions. That's why we have to understand this power of meditation or benefit of meditation. Long as you meditate, practice, so this destroy or remove our emotions. The meditation, of course, is so many different kinds, right? Actually, all this teaching is a meditation. So analytical meditation or resting mind meditation, just subsumed everything into 2 categories. So this meditation helps us remove our emotions. Emotion is our causes of suffering. So that's why we have to meditate. Here is a special insight with the common abiding. We have to meditate common abiding. Common abiding is practice, you know, our mind is become relaxed, calm, peace, and not much, you know, negative emotion arise. Long as you practice common abiding. So long as you practice common abiding, your can cultivate virtuous deeds more because you have more mindful. And then also this practice remove our emotions. Actually, all the practice remove our emotions, but common abiding is kind of the basic ground or very important meditation. So without common abiding meditation, other meditation also not stable. That's why we have to practice common abiding, create our mind is stable. Long as mind is stable, then calm, peace, then you have effort, joy, effort, then you have patience. So that's why this is kind of all the meditation's cause. long as we practice Komo Ibadan, then you can cultivate other, you know, it's Vipassana, Mahamudra, Dzogchen, visualize the Yidamte deity generation stage. All this meditation is kind of a more easy, or you know, you can practice very simple, easy way. I think just you can practice because your mind is calm. Then you can other is practice easy. Without this meditation, other practice or is more difficulty. That's why here saying the Komo Ebade, cultivate concentration, which surpass the four formless absorptions. So that's a part is the hardest level in this 37 practice. Here talking about surpass the four formless absorptions. And four formless absorptions, some meditations not go beyond in that. So if meditation not go beyond in that, it's only samsara. This you know, story is a kind of when Siddhartha he give up his home and he journey on the spiritual. He see many different kind, you know, meditator teachers. They have him only can guide until up to here. So then they cannot go beyond in that. Mostly teachers, no one is up to beyond in this. So then he stays 6 years meditate. So they can guide her up to here is you know, four formless absorption level. So four formless, there have formless realm has 4 different levels. And the highest one, you know, the meditation called the worldly meditation absorption or worldly practice meditation only take that level. So then you cannot go more beyond than that. So without the wisdom, so shamatha cultivate only, you know, we control our mind, relax, joy, peace, abide in there. Without wisdom cannot evolve to samsara. So that's why shamatha meditation with, you know, vipassana. So main point is shamatha takes to highest samsara level, highest level is formless, like highest level. But then without vipassana, you cannot go beyond than that. So vipassana is seeing true nature. And shamatha is just, you know, no thought, no emotions, become, you know, no, you don't have a kind of fears of suffering. You stay in the absorption, means like you just know any fears, feelings, kind of peacefully abiding. So that meditation only take to highest level samsara, but then we need vipassana and seeing our own true nature mind. So then that's take to beyond the samsara. So that's what surpass the 4 formless absorptions. We have to go more beyond in that. This is the practice of Bodhisattvas. This 4 formless absorption is more explained in the Abhidhamma teachings. It's very complicated because, you know, if we don't go very detailed and years study and understand more level, otherwise very hard, because this explain 4 different level formless realms. Then why they are reborn there, which meditation levels you can get the level, which kind of emotion they has, you know, gross level or subtle level, which kind they has, why they stuck that level. So all these details is shared from Abhidhamma teachings. I don't think so we need anything this. So I also forget this Abhidhamma teaching when I was in the shade alone, but I'm not that great. also already forget. So even you don't know that, but you can go beyond in that. Long as you meditate Komo Ebadeng, Shamatha and Vipassana together. Then the Bodhisattva not stuck in the formless absorptions. So absorption has also this many different levels there too, because absorption means like your five senses absorption, not any follow the 5, 6 object. So same is like bears and many animals is like winter time they're hiding, right? And they also absorption, go into the absorption. Some meditators go wrong way. Is there they said these animals kind of like take birth because that absorption wrong direction. So anyway, I don't know that much because this also followed by cause and effect. The point is here is not only just absorption, stop your senses and have to recognize our true nature. So that's the practice of Bodhisattvas. Then this is the last one. Since the 5 perfections, without wisdom cannot bring perfect enlightenment. Without wisdom, others cannot take to the enlightenment. So then that's why generosity with wisdom. We need generosity with wisdom is giving object, subject, our who giving, and object, someone receiving. This three is not exist. It is recognized impermanent. Then that is called the generosity of wisdom. Without that, they always have something, expectation. Because maybe I wanted to give something, I don't want to be born to hungry ghosts, that's why I'm giving something for others. That's also expectation. Could that generosity have us take to the human being realms, but cannot take to the Buddhahood because not enough wisdom. And so participation also I'm scared for hell realms. Then I don't want to harm for my enemies. So that's also reborn to higher realms, but not reborn to the lower realms, not free from samsara. So that's why we cultivate, meditate, like who harm for us, we recognize that the enemy also not exist. It's emptiness. Anger, action, harming, everything recognize, empty, impermanent, no exist. Kind of not really only scared. I don't want to born to hell realm, wanted to reborn higher realms. That's why participation, not only that case. So recognize emptiness. So that means like janaras, the wisdom with participation. So that take to the enlightenment. So that's all is, this 6 parameter practice must have to have wisdom. So without wisdom cannot bring perfect enlightenment. Without wisdom can take to higher realms. Samsara's higher level can take these other perfections. But without wisdom cannot take to Buddhahood. That's very clear. So wisdom means seeing true nature mind, right? Seeing true, realize true nature is emptiness actually. So without that recognize realization emptiness cannot take to Buddhahood. Along with the skillful means cultivate the wisdom which does not conceive the 3 spheres. So whatever you practice and use, we have to use this practice wisdom, the cultivate the wisdom which does not conceive the 3 spheres. It's a subject, object, actions are not exist. That's called the does not consider three spheres as rare because it's not truly exist. So this is the main practice of Bodhisattvas. So now we go to the 31. If you don't examine your own errors, you may look like a practitioner, but not act as one. Therefore, always examine your own errors, rid yourself of them. This is the practice of Bodhisattva. So that is 31 is a kind of bring just all these practices together. Verses 31. This is important for our guide, mindful guide meditation. If you don't examine your own errors, we don't analyze ourselves. If we don't get, investigate ourselves, then we're going to do many things that create negative karma because we don't recognize what we're doing. So that's why we always have to look to our own intention. We have to analyze, investigate ourselves. That's most important. If we don't analyze ourselves, we always analyze, investigate for others, then, that doesn't bring any benefit for us. So that's why it's when Buddha is past nirvana, ready to pass nirvana, the last disciple, the person is known Buddhist, high philosopher. He come to see Buddha and he asked questions. Buddha like bring all the other teachers' name, during that time in India, very, very famous, different traditions, teachers. He bring all these names, ask Buddha, they are realizer, they are enlightened or not. He asked question to Buddha. So then Buddha give answer is, they are enlightened is not important, they are enlightened or not. You have to log you and you are enlightened or not. So that's most important. Yeah. So we have to look to ourselves. Then we're doing this 37 practice, these teachings correct or not. We really practicing or not. And we get this kind of, object of practice, generosity object, practice patience object. We can get many different kind of, object, situation, different kind of object. We can create our love, compassions. So we're really using this object correctly or not. These conditions we really using or not. So we can investigate ourselves. Sometimes not only, investigate, oh, I have anger, yeah, it's not good. Or I have bad thoughts, or not good, yeah, that's also good. But more important is we're using this, enlightening conditions, using, receiving or not. Yeah, actually all this object, phenomena, every, object is liberating us, benefit us. Long as you have mind for understanding the teachings. So that's why Jigten Sumgung, he in the Gonjik text, he says all these phenomena, objects, how to say, the activity, Buddha's activity. So all these phenomena object is activity, is Buddha's activity, like activity, Buddha's activity, or these phenomena, objects. So enemies, because activity means like our object of participation, see, that's Buddha's activity. And then attachment object, you recognize impermanent, that also Buddha's activity, that increasing our practice. And detachment helps that, liberating us. So any objects is all actually helping us, benefit us, liberating us, as long as we recognize. So you see some object, flowers, you can offering, think about the mentally offering, or you think all these flowers causes contradictions, or you understanding interdependent, and you recognize interdependent. Then these flowers liberating us. You're seeing the flower beautiful, not attached to that. You see that this beautiful flowers impermanent. Then the flower is also liberating us. Yeah. So then beautiful flower is you don't upset like oh expensive or something. You buy and giving generosity and take to offerings. So sharing for someone also, or maybe giving to someone, make happy some other people. That's also see flower also liberating for us, create enlightening qualities. So then you cannot find any object actually not benefiting us, you know. All object is interdependent. All object is impermanent. So the point we have to recognize that. Then that is like we really examine ourselves, we doing that or not. Using that object contradiction is causes of enlightenment, we using or not. We have to investigate ourselves. Otherwise, you see, if you don't examine your own errors, you may look like a practitioner, but then like looks great. You know, you have prayers, you have malas, you know, you have other objects, and you have many teaching books in your home, or then that's also become, see, look like a practitioner, but not practitioner means like if create anger emotions. I'm not talking about Imila. You're doing great. Don't stop the spin forever. Yeah. So that's the, you know, it's very powerful verses. Example, like I'm staying in the temple, you know, or log like practitioner, but then, you know, if without these verses, I'm always not mindful, forget, right? It's like even stay in the temple, maybe on the phone and TV and distracting other things. So look like our best place in the, you know, stay in the temple, but then create more distractions. Because then not examining ourselves, right? Yeah. But not at us once. Therefore, always examine your own errors. Always. It's harder to do that. If you can do that, then you are practitioner. So good meditators, they're always mindful, even eating, walking, doing. So they can be in this state. They can always examine their own errors. But for our beginners, very hard. So then this also always examine our own errors. Sometimes people think, oh, why I have to think about I'm so bad, I'm negative person, you know. Some people have misunderstand that kind. So this stop the negativity. You know, this bring the positivity. And if negative is something, we have to get rid of that. So if you have a terrible garbage inside your home and room, we don't need to cover beautiful there, you know, just take out. Yeah. Otherwise, they always get bad smell. So keep the negativity, no examine what going on ourselves. Then it's that, you know, doesn't change anything benefit for us. It's become more worse and worse. That's why practicing, you know, Dharma, if we have to go through some effort and difficulty because hardship, otherwise, oh, I don't want this, I need this, you know, this is important to me, and I like this, I don't want to change this, then you never ever can be practitioner, right? So I don't want to examine my errors because I don't want to recognize my problem. So then how can we become Bodhisattva practitioner? If you wanted to recover illness, we have to go through like eat medicine. Medicine like test is really difficult ones, right? Similar, I mean the test is like so or I don't know, it's like yeah. Mary showing the actions demonstration. You should know what I'm talking about. So when we was a kid in Tibet, when we get sick, parents always give the called tongue. Tongue is a soap, medicine. So medicine is put in the water and the boiling. Then the boiling, and then we have to drink the 1 cup. You know, hot, also hot, and the soap. We have to drink that. Its taste is terrible. So we don't want that. If you really drink that, you next day you recovered for your kind of more fever, and you sick, then they all can recovered. So you drink that and you go sleep and put more clothes. Next day you recovered. It's a very powerful medicine, but we don't want that medicine because its taste is terrible. So when many kids crying when there's a parents say you have to drink the tongue, then everyone cry. But you drink, it's only just here, this area bad, but go wrong and then you don't feel anything. That medicine is best actually for the fever and some, getting sick, recovering. So ancient medicine. If we don't eat that medicine, then cannot recover this sickness, become more strong. So if we don't examine ourselves, then our negativity is more strong. That's why we stop the negativity. We have to use always examine your own errors. Rid yourself of them. This is the practice of Bodhisattva. So then, if long as we examine ourselves, it's become we are Bodhisattva. We cannot examine everything, but it's sometimes like you can think just when maybe 3 hours after once, oh, what are being these 3 hours within 3 hours. So maybe you also, when you go sleep, you examine what I did this day today. Oh, I did this day today mistakes wrong. So then tomorrow I'm not going to do that. You can change. Even we cannot follow 24 hours mindfulness. So you can cultivate the thing in the evening, what you did. So then you can stop next day that, yeah, wrong things. That's the verses 31. You want to go more or that's enough? David says enough.
You just made me think of a funny story though, Kempo.
Not tempo, more. I need more medicine.
Lots
I
of
think
them.
you have
More medicine.
but you have to eat
More medicine.
David, you have enough medicine, but you not everything is put in the table. You have to eat, okay? You want to buy some medicine, put all in the table. So they just say, okay, I want more medicine.
No worry, Kempo. I use it like a bad thing also. Don't worry. Give me more. Elvira is laughing over there.
Who is laughing?
Elvira, she said, give me more medicine.
Yeah. So
Maybe we could talk or have questions, Kempo, discuss.
yeah, we can talk. Yeah, David, you have many medicines in your office. I recognize that.
Oh yeah, that's my practice, Kempo, every day.
Yes, So you have to use that object.
Yes, I use it.
Use, that's all object is you can use for wisdom.
Yes.
Recognize the job or emptiness, impermanent, right? Impermanent. emptiness.
Yes, Kempo, I try. I see everybody empty.
Your doing is janarasti. Right? Your doing is janarasti. You're working in the Wazer company is your janarasti. Okay, so you put effort, you have patience with your work, job, go early there, like even sometimes late, come back home, and whatever you go through is you practice patience. You have effort, joyful effort. You want to create more medicine for benefit others, effort. Yes. Then you be there and it's really cultivating. Your mind is not distracting. It's you pay attention or focus at that. That is your meditation. Then you have to use this wisdom because your janarasti, what are you doing there? Then it's recognized all the companies, what you put effort is also impermanent and emptiness, no fixation to that, right? Okay, so that is a janarasti with the wisdom. Janarasti, then ethical discipline with the practice wisdom. So you be there and you work with them. So you usually, you are very happy with your co-workers. You harmony with them, right? Always you helping each other. See, you have ethical discipline. Then also there all is impermanent, also emptiness. Ethical discipline with wisdom. And then ethical with the third is participation. So I think you have enough participation there. So many objects. That's all recognized impermanent and emptiness. It's dreaming, it's delusion, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So far, so also you cultivate. So how long you already worked there? Maybe a couple of years. So no, today you think that's all is the same as dreaming. Recognize delusion, nothing exists, anything. So maybe you really enjoy there, or some days, maybe some days you really get upset and unhappy and wanted to leave the job, or sometimes you get happy and be with them joy, and you recognize your job is benefit others, benefit you and this you happy joy. So no, you think this all is same as dreaming. You get difficulty, joy, whatever you be there is always a dreaming, delusional. So that is practice patience with wisdom. Then joyful effort. Whatever difficulty go through, put effort, more effort. Never give up. Because you see the result. Yeah. And also nothing is inherently permanently existed there. So see that, recognize and put effort. So joyful effort with wisdom. Joyful effort with wisdom. Then meditation, I told you already have a meditation focusing your job. So that's also you knowing what you're doing and recognize all this also impermanent, interdependent, and emptiness is wisdom. So then wisdom is wisdom. So you have all the 6 parameters practice in your job company. Your company liberating you. So you recognize that is great.
That's true, Kempo. We do medicine. I mean, I eat in the medicine every day.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. I really enjoy it. Evita having fun here.
Yeah, he also loves Tempo, but he really pays attention and he tries to practice. You know, don't get, you know, he laughs a lot. He looks like he's joking, but he's every day, he reminds me of something you said to him and how he practiced it at work. You know, every day he mentions, oh, today I tried to do this that Kempo told me when he grabbed my hand, or, you know, he's all the time remembering what you say to him. So don't get fooled by his smile and his jokes.
Abra is really behind you. See, she's.
Oh yeah.
You like this, okay?
Yes.
Then also you have this verses we talked the last one. So examine your own errors. So recognize what you're going on. Then great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, Kempo. Very good medicine.
Yes. Next, anyone have a question?
Temple, I have two quick funny stories about bad medicine. Okay. One time when I was a kid, I was sick. And my mother, she had I don't know what's a proper term. I don't know if you say housekeeper or maid or what. So the maid says to my mother, okay, tomorrow when I come, I'm going to have this medicine you give to Lisa. And I still remember what it looks like. I remember the name, the bottle. So my mom is trying to give me this medicine. And like you said, I was like, no, I don't want it. I think I started crying. So she says, no, you're going to take this medicine. No, it's going to help you get better. So I took the medicine and I threw it up right away. It came all out. And I was crying, and my mom was like, what happened? What? And I said, I can't, it was horrible. It made me sick. It's not going to make me better. And she, when it came time to try to take it again, she was trying to say, come on, you're going to take it again now. And I said, no, I'm not taking this medicine. It's going to make me throw up again. So she says, okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to try it and you'll see, it won't make me throw up. So she took a little bit, and sure enough, she made her throw up too. And she said, okay, I'll never give you that medicine again.
Your mother gave medicine is not correct one. That isn't medicine.
And then another time, I had
talking about medicine. You're not talking about medicine, Lisa. You're talking about
it was medicine for kids. It came in a bottle with it had a giraffe on the bottle, and it was yellow medicine.
Wow.
Then another time I had a scratch on my face. So she went outside and she cut some aloe, the plant, and she put it on my face. And I said, no, I don't want that on my face. It does not smell good. And she said, no, you're going to get better with this scratch. And she sent me to school with this. But what she didn't know is it was rotten. And the smell became absolutely horrible. It was like the worst thing I ever smelled in my life. So I'm at school there, and I started throwing up at school. And I don't throw up easy. I hardly ever throw up. So they had to take me to the counselor, and they were like, well, what happened to you? And I told them my mother put medicine on my face. But the long story short is they called her and they said, what did you do to your daughter? Please come get here. She's very sick. She keeps throwing up. So she got me, and the rest of the day I had to stay on the couch with a bucket because of the throwing up. So we laugh about that story now, but there's been 2 times in my life where the medicine was not good.
Okay.
Thank you for listening.
Lisa, you have always something sharing. Great.
It was her intention, though. She intended to help me, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Campbell.
You're welcome. Thank you, everyone. So I think we finished, right?
Well, Kimbo, there was is Anna, are you still there? She had a couple of questions. She had 2 questions in the chat room. No, yeah, there she is. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute, Anna.
Now.
Yes, now
Plus the kids. Hi, Kempo. How are you? Hi, everyone. My questions are about two questions. One is about when we meditate, we can put away the emotions. Yeah, okay. But I was thinking about from where the emotions born and start to make us suffering in our lives. Because when we were kids, sometimes it was suffering, but when these emotions start to affect us is the first question. And the second is, what about and how we can understand the emotions that don't make us suffering, but make us to feel happy? What it is, how we can lead with this. Am I clear?
I try answer, but I'm not sure 100%. I try. Okay, first one, maybe where emotions come from. So not actually inherently permanent source, because always many condition comes, then emotion arise. It's the source is ignorance, of course, self-grasping that main point source, but it's generally emotion, arises conditions. Different kind of condition comes, right? The emotion arise. So emotion we can take to know causes of suffering if long as you know this practice 37 Bodhisattva. So that's this teaching. Emotion not going to harm us, like taking to the path. Yeah, so that's this teaching. The idea, everything, benefits, purpose. So samsaric beings have emotion. That emotion creates causes of suffering. They're stuck in samsara, suffering. So use this 37 practice. Emotion arise, but taking to the path. Then emotion is not causes of suffering. Emotion can be causes of happiness. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I will meditate on this. Thank you so much.
So follow the prisoners no here.
Yeah, I saw this. I don't understand. Maybe because we are in the middle of a hurricane for everywhere. A lot of different things happening here. The pandemic, work. This time, I don't know. But we are here. Koi is here. Luciana is here. Brazilians. We are representing the
We're
Brazilian
listening
people.
to you, Kempo.
You here, yeah.
Temple,
Yes.
you outlined the whole yogi path for David. That's the yogi path that you outlined for David. He's not a monk. Yogi, he's a yogi because David, he's not a monk. So you gave him the yogi path of the paramitas.
Yes.
Yes, that was great.
Yeah, I give him his job for followed by paramitas. So that's like everyone has that kind of situation. We can take to the paramita.
Yeah.
Yes.
I Rinpoche, Santun Rinpoche, regarding 31, examine your own confused ideas. I do that. I see the darkness, the anger, negative thoughts for 50 years. Then I get afraid. I'm afraid I'm going to run out of time for not practicing true Dharma, because I see how I think, or 1 minute I love my dog, next minute I think bad things about my dog. I see what's happening in inside. So I get very afraid. And I feel like I want to run to you or Garchen Rinpoche to hide under your robes and stay with you because I think I'm very weak. And then everything around, it's many non-believers. So that's what I wanted to say. I get afraid. I want to become enlightened. I want to become Buddha. I'm already over 50 and I just want to hide under your robes or with Garchen because I feel I cannot do it alone. So I see the confusion. I see it. I see the negativity. But I don't know why I do not see the positive. Like I try to practice, I try to spin, I try to say mantras, but I feel stupid. I feel I don't remember too much. And if fear comes in, I don't remember anything. No Buddha, no mantra. So what is going to happen to us?
You're seeing negative means like you're seeing positive. That's it. Because the people are not seeing negative, so then that is negative, right? You see.
I see
positive.
So I see positivity if I see negativity.
Like, oh,
I got it. I got it.
Sometimes we think, oh, I'm doing great, I'm happy, and I'm great, I'm practitioner. So then that, so I have love, I have a compassion, or I'm doing generosity. Then that's it's like we think, oh, I'm seeing positive, but then not seeing positive.
So I am afraid.
Problem I wanted to get rid of, or I'm, like time is running.
Yeah.
Like this, I'm not doing correct. That is you seeing the qualities.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to hell. I have done so many crazy things. And I thought I was a practitioner, but not so much.
That's great.
It makes me cry.
When I learn English, I know a little bit English. I thought I know English. No, I think I don't know English that much. I don't have that kind of ego and confidence. Okay, when I went to study Dharma and when I know like little bit, and I thought, oh, I know Dharma. It's I have egos, but no, I recognize. Oh no, I don't know Dharma. So it's good. That's the become going right direction, I think.
Okay, then that's good.
Yeah.
It makes me sometimes very afraid to see that darkness. I know I have small compassion, small love, very difficult to generate if I really am honest with myself. When the Zoom is finished and I go and check my situation and my life and my mind, it's oh my God,
So no, you just kept going and patient, like no, whatever difficulty, never give up and just follow, then it goes good.
Yes.
So sometimes we don't have enough patience and we wanted to do everything right now and then lose effort.
Yes. So did you.
Yeah. So kept going.
Confusion.
And patient, never lost effort. That's it. Long as you have that, then Emila, you going to good.
Thank you, Rinpoche. I'll try my best for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. So now I'm doing the dedication. So now we shared, right?
Sure.
Share this prayer. Dorjen Chang Te Lopa Naropa Marpa Dharma Lord Gambopa Pamotropan Lord Gompa. Please be stopping us most auspicious blessing of all Kaju Lamas. By this virtue may I achieve omniscience, by defeating all enemies, confusion. May all who traverse on waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent, precious mind, where it is unborn may it rise, where it is born may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray the Lama may have a good health. I pray the Lama may have a long life. I pray the Lama Dhamma activity separate far and wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Manjushri, the very realized the automatic state, and as did Samanta Bada, I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddhas who attain the Tirikayas, by the blessing of the true of unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha order, may the Mary Ashe bear fruit. By this virtue collected in the 3 times, by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the inner rule of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teachings of Guru Digompa Ranashiri, who is omniscient, Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue to increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of the samsara. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Sister Chair, bless you and
Thank you,
Sister
Kempo.